Private member statements. I call the member for Baulkham Hills.
Thank you, Madam Acting Speaker. And just to pursue the comments from the member for Granville, I attended that function with him and I commend him and his parish for the wonderful work that they do in the Lebanese community around Parramatta. Madam Acting Speaker, I rise today to make a private member statement about an issue very important to the people of my electorate, particularly those who have to live with and suffer the condition of epilepsy. Because, Madam Acting Speaker, as you may well know, that March 26 is Epilepsy Action Australia Day, which marks their annual awareness day known colloquially as Purple Day. Purple Day is a day to recognise the achievements of the many members of our community who unfortunately have epilepsy. Through initiatives like Purple Day, Epilepsy Action Australia is working hard to inform the public about the realities of life with epilepsy. I wish to take this opportunity to commend and congratulate Epilepsy Action Australia for their efforts to dispel some of the myths about epilepsy which are current in our community. Many would be surprised to learn that epilepsy is the world's most common serious brain condition, with an estimated 50 million people currently with that condition, and in Australia alone, close to 500,000 people will be affected by epilepsy at some point during their lifetime. Sadly, due to social stigma and misconceptions associated with epilepsy, many people hide their condition. As a result, greater community awareness and understanding about epilepsy is crucial, as there is no reason for epilepsy to be kept a secret. Many great achievers have lived their lives with epilepsy, including Paul Wade, Hugo Weaving, Neil Young, Wally Lewis and Tony Gregg. And I might add on those list, Madam Acting Speaker, that those who are fans of ancient history would know that Caesar himself was a victim of epilepsy. Epilepsy need not keep anyone from leading a full and fruitful life, as you could see by those who have been touched by this condition. Some childhood epilepsies are outgrown, and more than 70% of people with epilepsy have become seizure-free with medication. The community needs to be aware that epilepsy is not necessarily an impediment to a successful or happy life. It's a shame that many people feel intimidated by epilepsy and know very little about it. It can be easy to mistake epileptic seizures for mental illness. However, epilepsy is not a form of mental illness and does not cause mental illness. While it is true that some people with epilepsy do have mental illness, they are not necessarily related. Epilepsy remains somewhat of a mystery to most of our community, which is rather disappointing considering how common the condition is. Greater community awareness and understanding will go a long way to ending the stigma associated with epilepsy. I would encourage people and members of this House to educate themselves about epilepsy by visiting Epilepsy Action Australia's website. I urge members to get the word out into the community that March 26, the first anniversary of the Coalition Government, is indeed also Purple Day for epilepsy awareness. Together we can raise the profile of this surprisingly common condition and set the record straight on epilepsy. Thank you, Madam Acting Speaker.